next we will have our payroll expert. He will be taking the stage. We're super excited to have Elvis here with us. So let's go about with a little bit of information for Joseph. So Joseph, he is the Director of Growth at PayAngel. He is a cross-border remittance and payments solution provider. He bridges the gap between migrants in the diaspora and families, friends, businesses back in Africa with innovation. And he is the co-founder of Kaya, the multi-vendor marketplace. Joseph's dedication extends beyond traditional finance in the MBA, ESG, and Harvard certification programs. So I would love to, if we could all give him a very warm welcome. We would love to go ahead and hear what he has to present to us today. I know it's going to be really good. So without further ado, Elvis, welcome to the platform.
Thank you. I don't know if audible. Yeah, so sorry, I told Kobe I just got off the plane and I had to park somewhere to actually do this. Apologies. And I hope we've had a great time. I tuned in, I think, since Parkour Battles was in, and I've been listening to Makeda, and then the legal gentleman that just finished his presentation. And I must say that it's a beautiful thing you're doing at MoreCribs. I would want to commend you all. I mean, the whole team. It's a good one we're doing. So without wasting much time, can we go into the presentation? Okay. So PayAngel, who are we? We're just a cross-border remittance company and payments provider with extensive reach in the diaspora, and our aim is to bridge the diaspora back home. We serve as the bridge between the diaspora and our families and businesses back home. PayAngel, where are we? So we are in the UK. We are licensed in Europe, in Canada, in the US, and in Australia. So I believe that MoreCribs is not only MoreCribs plans to grow. Currently, I know we're in the UK and probably in the US, but obviously, just like PayAngel, we would want to grow, and we will be dotted around the globe. Next slide, please. Okay, so what's the story so far? So yes, we've gained traction. PayAngel has been in existence since 2012. We went fully commercial in 2016. From 2016 till now, it's been a beautiful story. We've won a couple of awards, and one of the notable ones is Social Impact Award by the IPR as the Innovations in Payments and Remittance awards we won here in London. And I want to emphasize in that one because it is a social impact award, and obviously we're not just here to make money. PayAngel is not just here to make profits, but also to impact the society, and through whatever impacts that we're trying to do, we are also impacting the lives of customers of MoreCribs to ensure that they will be able to send money seamlessly home without any third-party involvement. And I had the lawyer speak about people selling lands to 2-3 people. When you send your money straight through PayAngel to MoreCribs, I don't think you're going to have some of these issues, and that is how, in a way, our story is contributing to what we are doing. Can we go on the next slide, please? Okay, so what do businesses want? Businesses like MoreCribs. I mean, businesses have always said to us, remittance companies, that they are looking for a seamless way to receive money from their customers abroad without excessive cost and reconciliation headaches. The key one for businesses is reconciliation headaches, because you realize that in the past, businesses have been receiving funds from PayPal and others, and usually when these funds come in, you as a business, the narration you see, you do not have a clear, you do not have a clear narration of who is sending the money, what's the purpose of the money is for. I mean, different people are sending money to MoreCribs to ensure that they enjoy this good service that MoreCribs is actually providing them. And then MoreCribs would have to sit down and try to match funds to who's sending what. So this is something that, yes, at PayAngel, we've spoken to businesses, we've done our market research, and we understand, that customers are looking for that way where they can reduce, all that reconciliation headache, and also get things for free if possible. Yes, can we move on to the next slide? So migrants, I mean, we all know migrants. Migrants, most of us living in the diaspora, we fall within the migrant category. And if you listened, for those who were here early on, if you listen to Paco Bartels, he mentioned that 6% of Ghana's GDP came from remittances. And these are money sent from, some of us who have to send money to businesses and families back home. And this contributed more than, I think it was over 4 billion over the foreign direct investments that go into Ghana. So migrants again have a need to send money home. These migrants do not only send to family, friends, and loved ones. For migrants, usually they tend to build back at home because obviously most of them would want to move from the diaspora and go settle back at home. And so they need that, comfort of feeling that I am putting this money into a trusted business hands to actually solve my building needs at home. And that is one of the reasons why we are here today. That is one of the reasons why, even as a group or as an institution, MoreCribs came about, because they saw that there was a gap in the market. MoreCribs has seen the need for migrants to be able to have that trusted partner who would not take their monies, who would not squander their hard-earned currencies abroad, but rather channel it into projects assigned to them, and ensure that they are serving migrants living abroad. So yes, today we're here for migrants in the diaspora, and we're here for MoreCribs to also be that bridge again between the migrants and MoreCribs. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, thank you. So I was talking about global remittances. I have some data here. So if you look at money that goes, total remittance, is around $630 billion, and it grows by 7.9% annually. So if you look at personal stuff, like, you send to your parents, you send to personal expenses, you send all those personal stuff, that takes about 39%. But what is allocated to businesses is about 61%. Monies that go in from the diaspora into healthcare, into education, mortgage payments, where we may fall, pensions and all other. That's about 61% of remittances from the diaspora coming into businesses. And as MoreCribs, we are positioning ourselves that, out of this 630 billion, if 61% is coming, do the math. Where can we also, as a business, where can we help people while still making profits? So this is the category where we may find ourselves in, that allocated 61% of the 630 billion. We need to be that key player in the market, where we ensure that all the diasporans trying to send money back home get, that reliable service, and can say, oh, if I give my money to MoreCribs, I will go back home to Ghana in 5 years, in 10 years, and I would have a building, I would have, somewhere to lay my head, I would have a shelter. Next slide, please. So, the consequences of life. When you're trying to send money as, as a diasporan trying to send money back home to do stuff, there are fund diversions, third parties. Back in the day, when all these fintechs were not here, people used to give monies to people still do anyway. People would then send money to, oh, you give it to an uncle or a cousin, or when you go home, can you give it to the plumber for me, blah blah blah. And even till date, people still send money back home, send it through mobile money wallet, give it to an uncle, a cousin. They tell them, oh, go buy me cement, go buy me iron rods, go buy me XYZ, and then the money end up being diverted, and so they go back home, and then they do not have anything to write home. And you realize that usually these things cost the people in the diaspora a lot, because if you've already paid for cement, paid for iron rods, and you go back home and there's nothing for you, you need to go start all over again. Already that cousin, that uncle, that auntie may have quoted exorbitant prices for you for these hardware that you may want to. I mean, extortion by deception, cost inefficiencies, all these things are nightmares that as individuals we may face. And now, even with an individual, I may have reconciliation nightmares, because I kind of say, oh, I gave Kwejo 20,000 to buy iron rods, and I gave Amma 50,000. Now Kwejo says, no, you gave me 50, you gave Amma 30. It causes a whole lot of problems for you as an individual living in the diaspora, wanting to just have a piece of land and then building something nice, so that when you go home for your dirty December, when you go home for your December to remember, you can have somewhere to, I mean, when you even go home for your pension, you want to have a very decent place, and now you get all these stories. Can we go on to the next slide, please? So yes, this is where PayAngel comes in with a solution. So what is the solution? So D2MR is the solution that we have offered MoreCribs, and we are offering migrants in the diaspora to connect, or to be the bridge between us and that house or that land you're dreaming of in Ghana. What is D2MR? D2MR simply is a direct to merchant remittance, solution. So direct to merchant, meaning you're sending direct to MoreCribs, so that they take care of all your needs for you. You actually do not have to send money to a plumber. You don't have to send money to a surveyor. You don't have to send money to a legal person. MoreCribs has got you. So PayAngel is there as a platform, is there as the bridge. All we say is that we want to connect you to MoreCribs. You live in the diaspora, you're thinking of any land, any real estate, any property in Ghana, you need a trusted solution, you need a trusted company to actually sort you out. We are saying that as PayAngel, regulated by the FCA, regulated by FinCEN, FinTrack, and all Austrac, all of them, we say that we wouldn't want to partner with any company that is not credible. And so we will put our we will tie our cloths, like we say back in Ghana. We'll tie our cloth to that of MoreCribs, which we believe is a credible company, so that we can ensure that you as a migrant living in the diaspora, you are not scammed. You know what your money is going to, and you can go home and smile when you see the good work that MoreCribs has done. We are trying to eliminate third party or middlemen as much as possible, so that you do not have all these headaches and you do not have all these excuses. Can we go to the next slide, please? Yes. So who's our customer? I mean, obviously, MoreCribs is our customer. MoreCribs receives money. So we say as a receive side business, they receive money from the diaspora, from migrants who are trying to do something back at home. So that is what they do. If you have a company just like MoreCribs, and then you receive money from the diaspora, you can also jump onto our direct to merchants remittance solution, and it's very seamless. You receive money. We cater for people who sell to immigrants and people who've migrated and then may want to come home. These people are people that we do cater for, and we ensure that we give them that platform for them to send money home seamlessly, no cost, free, and they can get their statements to reconcile whatever they have sent at the end of the month or at the end of the week. whichever they prefer. We also serve any organization, again, just like MoreCribs, that requires a cross-border payment facilitation. So money needs to move from one point to another point. That is where we come in. We are the expertise in money movement. And so we give you that platform again to move money from point A to point B. Aside your businesses, even at dirty December, you want to send money back home. There are some people in the diaspora that would want to go back, in December. They want to go back home. They want to see what people are doing. Sometimes you really don't even have to send money back home. All you need to do, you have your Pay Angel app, you get home, and then you are convinced with whatever service. Even back at home in Ghana, you can take your phone, go onto the Pay Angel app, go to send money to business organization, select MoreCribs, and then voila, you send money to them. Instantly, you can see that they've received it. Nobody's scamming you. Number two, you don't even need to even remember the account details of MoreCribs because they are partners. They're already set up, and then we are doing a very seamless transaction, near instant transaction, where you know that you've moved money and the money is going to work for you. MoreCribs again receives repeat payments, and these are clients who are looking for. If you have a business in Ghana where you think that you'll be receiving repeat payments, I mean, Michaela spoke about business opportunities in real estate, where some of you may want to, put together whatever. You may want to sell books, sell stuff to people. If you don't want to do on Amazon, if you want people to actually have a different experience and you want to collect your monies yourself so that nobody takes a percentage of it, I mean, they could route it through Pay Angel, send your money directly into your bank account or your mobile money, set up on our back end, and you will contribute to, the real estate ecosystem in Ghana. And the key one, which I said earlier, businesses are having problems matching and reconciling their books, especially because they do not get the right narration when migrants or when customers do send money to these businesses. And typically, you would have a customer want to send money, pay for something. They may use any channel, and then you want to reconcile and figure out who sent money on Thursday, who sent money on Wednesday, and you do not get the narration. Now you have to call different customers to try to find out who sent what. We take all that headache away from you, sorry. And then in our system, in the D2MR system, you're able to print a CSV file, a PDF file, and then you can match every transaction. We make, your accountant smile, and we do not give them headaches at all. Next slide, please. So yes, just some sketch of what we do. Once you go on the Pay Angel app, you send money to business organization. If you don't have the Pay Angel app, what you do is to go on your app store or Play Store, you download Pay Angel. If you live in Ghana and you know anybody in the diaspora who's not using Pay Angel yet, you ask them why. The world is moving forward. Why are they still left behind? Let them get the Pay Angel app. Let them download it. They go to send money to business organization. They select MoreCribs. Voila, they put how much they want to send to MoreCribs, whatever payments they want to do, they input it. On the back end, we already have everything configured where the account details is already you don't need to put in any account details. In less than a minute, you are done. You've sent money, MoreCribs receives a notification, and then we're good. So this is a very, very simple process. Even at work, when you remember that you need to send payments to MoreCribs, you don't have to go join a queue to send money to anybody. You don't have to go and lock up money in a wallet somewhere, and then you get, Bank of Ghana coming to tell you they've banned someone, XYZ. No, just pick up your phone, select a business organization, send that money to MoreCribs, and then yes, you are secured. Next slide, please. So yes, we work with a lot of companies. This is just a few of them. We work with Alliance Insurance Enterprise, EcoBank. We work with all these credible institutions in Ghana, and we pride ourselves in being a Ghanaian, a fully Ghanaian owned business here, established here in the UK, and with presence in Canada, the US, Australia, and the EU. So these are some of the credible institutions that we do work with: Ripple, MTN, Vodafone, like all of them, the banks, we do work with them because we spoil you with choice. What we do is when you send money from the diaspora, there are three options by which the recipients can receive the money: through mobile money, through bank accounts, or through cash pickup. So, I mean, you're spoiled with choice. And so all these are people that we work with. And we are the only remittance company that gives your up to 3 beneficiaries free life insurance. I mean, that will be a topic for another day, but nobody gives free life insurance in Ghana apart from us. It's called the Remit Care solution, which we will talk about in some other on some other forum. Yes, so funding and support so far. So the D2MR is a solution that we had and was actually identified by the UNCDF and the European Union Trust Fund under the Green Project. So they actually partnered us to help migrants who had gone back home to start businesses. And so this is very credible. And so we are not here as maybe some organization or money transfer that will go bust today or tomorrow, because we ensure that we are working with a very credible institutions like the British Consulate. You know, we've been part of Microsoft for Startup Founders Hub, and we've had a grant from the Swiss government. We are part of Thousand Black Voices. I mean, we are part of Stanford. We were part of Stanford Seed. We're part of Techstars. We do a lot. So if you want to know whether your money is safe, secure when it comes through PayAngel, yes, look at these institutions working with us and know that we are that reliable bridge that you want to give us your money to put into MoreCribs' accounts for you. Next slide. So our customers do love us. I mean, after this, those of you who would have the chance to use us, you can go on Trustpilot, you can go on Google to say something nice about us. We would appreciate it. Our customers do love us. They've said some wonderful things about us. You can go there. Usually, I tell people that when you look at reviews, what happens with reviews is that people who are usually angry are the ones who go to leave bad reviews. But yes, we do have some adorable customers who are here saying some nice things about us. And next slide. Yes, so thank you very much. And I appreciate the opportunity to work with MoreCribs. I look forward to each and every one of you either using PayAngel to send money or asking a friend or relative abroad to use PayAngel to send money to you, or recommending PayAngel to that relative abroad who keeps sending money to you to go buy cement. Tell them, no, there's MoreCribs who can do this in a professional way for you. So thank you very much, guys, and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lamptey, for this insightful session. And if anyone has any questions for Mr. Lamptey, I would like for you to drop it in the chat. But since we wait for the questions, I have a question for you, Mr. Lamptey. And one of the questions is, how does PayAngel ensure secure and cost-effective remittance services for Ghanaians abroad, especially when sending large sums of money for real estate projects?
Okay, thank you. So first of all, we are a remittance company, and so we are regulated by, whether it's in the US or the UK, we are regulated by the FCA. And so that is our job to do, move money from one end to the other. And what we do is that because we are regulated, we do our KYC on our customers and ensure that the money is coming from the right source of funds, because we protect ourselves and you as a business, MoreCribs, and even the customer, to ensure that we are not involved in money laundering, terrorist financing, and all that. Because usually large sums of money are layered through some of the remittance companies. And so we ensure that we do have a robust platform where we do our KYC on you and ensure that we're dealing with the right person We ensure that the money is coming from the right source of funds. And so if you check on the market, we are the only ones that even customers can send up to 100,000 pounds if they want to in a day, provided they have the right documentation. On a regular, every normal customer who is registered on PayAngel every day can send up to 10,000 pounds a day. And if you want to send more, because probably you are trying to build and you want to go over, we just request for 1 or 2 documents from you just to know that the money is coming from the right source. And so we tick all the boxes, AML boxes, TF terrorist financing boxes, and then voila, we move your money from the UK, from the US, from Canada, Australia into the account of MoreCribs and ensure that you have that beautiful home you've been dreaming of.
Okay, so you would agree that PayAngel is the best remittance company, right?
I mean, for me, it's the only remittance company.
Oh, yes.
I don't even know about any other remittance company. It's PayAngel or nothing else.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Mr. Lamptey. Is there any questions? If there are no questions, we can move on. But however, how we also be able to differentiate like PayAngel from other remittance companies? Like what makes PayAngel PayAngel?
So first of all, like I said, because we are Ghanaian owned. You see, people in the past didn't believe in made in Ghana, but companies like MoreCribs have shown that we can do stuff as Ghanaians and make it thrive. The same started with PayAngel years ago. We have been in the system for a while, tried, tested, and proving. I mean, if you looked at the stats I gave you, we've been growing significantly from when we went fully commercial in 2016, and now we have, you know, over 100,000 customers, and we're still growing. And so we are that reliable company. And if you want to also ensure that a remittance company is reliable, usually when you go on their website, you go down, check whether they are FCA regulated, check whether they are FinCEN regulated or FinTrack. So these are US, Canada, and then AUSTRAC is Australia. Because if you are not regulated, you won't be allowed to actually be in this kind of business, and ensure that, you know, the Bank of Ghana, you also conform to the rules of the Bank of Ghana, which is the Central Bank of Ghana, and you do not flout, you know, the regulations down there. So if you look at other remittance companies, which I don't know, which you may know, you've realized that most of them have been sanctioned over the past 6 months. They also, like, most of them look green like us, but then, I mean, we are angels, we are PayAngels. So angels, you know, we are very credible. So yes, I mean, that is something little I can leave you with, but you can also do your own research and see that we are the only company that helps, you know, businesses receive large sums of money from the diaspora. We are the only ones that give you up to 3 beneficiaries free life insurance without, you know, we still do 0 fees in line with the UN Sustainable Development Goals target of reducing cost of remittances to 3%. We have gone 0. And if you research, we were the first to actually reduce it to £1 in the UK before the others jumped in, and then we went to no fees. So yes, we have done a lot of things. It's just that we weren't shouting. We were very quiet in the background doing our own thing. But now we want to actually give, you know, customers of MoreCribs and businesses like MoreCribs the opportunity to work with the best and not the rest.
All right, thank you so much, Elvis Lamptey, for this session.